Hey everyone, it's Tracy from Tracy Joseph Coaching. I'm a keto lifestyle coach. And today we're going to talk about traveling while keto. And I know some people worry about that and eating out and just what do you do how do you get ready to travel? What do you do and all that? So we're going to talk about that a little bit today. And just to let you know that we're getting ready for our trip. That's why this came up. So during our trip and everything, I'm going to be popping into my Facebook group, which is called Keto Plus Mindset. And if you're watching this on Facebook, you can just go up to click join group and that will get you there. Or if you're watching this on Instagram, you can click on the profile and there'll be a link to join the group, or other social media. I'll have links available in different locations. So definitely click there and you'll get to see what I did to prepare for our trip. And then as we go through our trip, we're going to share what we're doing while we're there. So definitely check that out and see how that works out and how you can apply it for yourself. So I have 3 tips for handling traveling while you are keto. And the first one is very simply plan ahead. Make sure you have some sort of plan for your trip. If you are like we are going on, we're going to be flying on our trip. So I planned for to have snacks with us so that we're not spending a lot of money on the kiosks and some of the places, just for snacky stuff, because a lot of the snacks aren't going to be as good for us. They're going to have some hidden sugars. They might have some other problems. So I wanted to make sure that some of the main snacks that we had were appropriate for us and also less expensive, because you can go get a meat stick or piece of cheese at one of the kiosks and that's going to cost you $5. It's ridiculous. So definitely have some sort of plan, at least for snacks, so you're not wandering around in the airport trying to find something while you're starving. If you're on the road, actually, one of the funny things is gas stations are actually not too terrible. You can find some good options if you don't plan ahead on that stuff. You can find some things. So, but plan ahead. And in the Facebook group, like I said, I have some recipes and some other things that I did for our trip. The second tip I have is how to handle, dining on the road or in the airport. What do you do? How do you manage that? Well, you need to be very mindful of what's on the menu and not be afraid of asking questions. If you aren't sure what's in the meal, ask. And as long as you're not a jerk, they're going to be fine with you asking the question. One of my strategies is to start with a gluten-free course or menu, and that way the grains are out of it. It doesn't mean it's keto friendly, but at least you started somewhere where you're going to be like one step ahead without having to ask about flour and other things. So if you start with a gluten-free menu, then you can go to the next step and look for hidden sugars and potential problems there. So stay away from sauces. Those are usually a problem. But definitely just, scrutinize the menu, talk to this wait staff, ask them questions. I've yet to have a rude person or wait staff say anything to me. They're usually very helpful. They're very caring about that. So don't feel like you're putting them out. I've had more wait staff actually give me suggestions when I've asked questions about what was on the menu, or when I say, no, thank you for the potato or the bread or whatever, they're like, do you want to have an extra vegetable? Do you want a salad? What would you like? So if you're really good about, just trying to not be jerky, then the wait staff is going to be totally fine and you'll be all right. Airport, obviously, you're going to have the same situation with meals. It might be a little bit tougher, but you're going to be looking at some of the sit-down places. You probably have some similar experiences. It's the fast food places that you might have a challenge with. And depending on the type of fast food, if you go to a Chipotle or a Jimmy John's or someplace like that, you could probably make it work. So yeah, definitely check into the menu, get an idea. And one of my husband's tricks is he's usually for a lot of the chains and the bigger restaurants, you can get on their website and take a look at they have their nutritional content listed, and you can even see how many carbs are per each menu item. So that's another option to do if for one of the bigger venues. So the third one is just watch for hidden carbs wherever you are. And I know it sounds kind of, boogeyman style, but there are a lot of places that sugar can hide in our food. So if you go to get some jerky or a beef stick or something like that, you'll find that there is dextrose or other types of sugars in those meats. And that's why I made my own. But if you are, if you're vigilant, not vigilant, whatever that word is, if you're vigilant, you should be able to at least track down some ideas. You can look for nuts, you can look for cheese sticks, you can look for, little meat. I know in our gas station, they have little sandwiches that are made with 2 slices of cheese and a piece of meat in the middle. And so there's some options there. Worst comes to worst, do your best and with what you have, and don't sweat it. Just do with what you have and work through it, and then catch yourself up on the flip side and not panicking, right? We're supposed to be going on a trip and having a good time. So don't sweat the small stuff, and remember, it's all small stuff. So definitely don't beat yourself up. This is a long-term change. It's not short. So, and it's going to be a process. So those are my 3 tips for traveling. And again, if you want to check us out in my Facebook group, we'll be talking more about what we're ordering and how we're ordering it and what we've packed, and even maybe what we'll be making when we're there, because we have a place with a kitchen. So we might even talk about how we pulled some stuff together. So I hope if you are traveling soon, I hope you have a wonderful time. If you're not, I hope you keep these tips in mind and for when you do. And until then, have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon.